Aleafia Health Inc. is a medical marijuana company operating medicinal cannabis clinic networks. The company also produces cannabis flower and serves patients in Canada. In December 2019, Aleafia Health acquired the medical cannabis company Emblem Corp to expand its clinic network. Aleafia trades on the CVE under the ticker symbol ALEF.
We're going in dark. I'm joined now by Geoffrey Benic, CEO of Aleafia Health. Jeff, welcome back.
Great to be back, James. Thank you for having me.
You bet. That little the video we were running in the beforehand. That's quite the state of advanced development since the last time we chatted. What has changed in Aleafia world?
Well, it's exciting times. We're very close to finishing the phase 1 of our retrofit down at our greenhouse in Grimsby. So that's exciting for us. What is also exciting is that the market's starting to really realize the combination of Aleafia and Emblem, and starting to recognize it as a force to reckon with in medical cannabis in the near future.
Right. So the Aleafia and Emblem tie-up is actually well received at the end of the day by the existing shareholders.
Well, I think it's starting to be very well received. I think the share price is starting to indicate that. If you look at Emblem's share price and our share price, they're kind of following in step and in tow, which tells me that it's starting to be very well received.
Yeah, you bet. Okay, so apart from that, how's the financial picture building for Aleafia in 2019?
So 2019 is going to be a great year for a number of reasons. Primarily that we're going to capitalize on our 60,000 patients that we have, a network of 40 clinics, and our 100 plus doctors. So we're going to convert that into monetize it and turn it into some really good upside for our shareholders. Number one. Number two, we've also started leveraging our data points that we have. With medical cannabis in the past, we monetized about $600,000 worth of revenue from our medical data, but since then we've added Dr. Graham Mary to our group, and he's going to be focusing on becoming a data fellow for us and using our medical data to capitalize it with some studies, which we've just completed one.
Sure. So what's the growing capacity going to be throughout 2019?
So we're going to be about 96,000 kilograms with just the Aleafia grow capacity. When you factor in Emblem, which is one of the largest LP to LP supply agreements with ARAH, as everyone knows, we're going to be well north of 135,000 kilograms combined.
Wow, that's a lot. How many does 60,000 patients consume in a year?
Well, 60,000 patients consume a lot of cannabis. So just to give everyone some highlight, we script about a gram a day per patient.
Okay.
So wow. Everyone can do the math on that.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Yes.
What are you going to do to expand continuously globally?
So I think we've made it pretty clear to the market, number one, that we're definitely going to be consolidators. I think we're showing that. But on an international basis, we've just completed a 10% equity stake in CannaPacific out of Australia. And to us, it's a joint venture, and we have a ROFR of up to 51%. And they're going to get to leverage our platform, which includes our data points, the way we manage clinics, all the technology behind that, and also ultimately cultivation as well, and the strains that we're going to help them cultivate. But the real beauty of that relationship is it's a joint venture. It's something that we like to, the way that we like to conduct business internationally, just because having that local, feet on the street really improves your chances of success.
Sure. Sure, and what is the status of cannabis laws in Australia currently?
So they've finally starting to lighten up on them, and medical cannabis now is and when I say cannabis, I'm saying THC as well as CBD. is now available in Australia. And we're starting to see that in other markets as well, which we've got markers on. You're going to be probably hearing about a couple more announcements in the very near future in other European markets that we're getting involved with and trying to stay on top of, as we've been invited to many of these jurisdictions because of our business model.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. Okay, so you also been producing cannabis for CanTrust, which to me must sort of feel like a validation of at least your minimum quality, because CanTrust has been very focused on quality and sets a pretty high bar.
So we have a tremendous, mutually respectful relationship with the folks at CanTrust. They continue to provide us our genetics, and we continue to show them, grow after grow, that we can continue to grow a standardized product, which is what they are used to doing. Everyone knows that Lucas Escott is probably one of the top cultivators, if not the top cultivator in Canada from his Metrum days. But nonetheless, we continue to put out a great standardized product time after time, and I think CanTrust recognizes that, and that's why they rewarded us with a 15,000 kilogram supply agreement that we're going to fulfill.
Mm-hmm. All right, and then earlier in January you announced that you'd completed phase 1 construction and retrofitting of your Niagara greenhouse. That sounds like it might be somewhat close to CanTrust.
So we are a stone throw away from CanTrust, very close, and a very stone, our next door neighbor actually is up hip.
Oh, okay.
So we've developed great relationships, great working relationships. We always get together and talk about sharing workforces, et cetera, and I got to tell you, one thing about being in the cannabis industry is that we're very, very, we like to work collectively together and help each other out.
No kidding. That's what cannabis does, is it brings on the cooperation. Is there anything on the horizon in terms of the laws governing the sale of cannabis on the retail side in Canada that represent risk to you?
Well, everyone knows that the laws and regulations change all the time, so we've been staying on top of them and focusing on trying to find all the good stuff that can come out of it, and I can tell you that we work hard with with whatever means we have to try to stay on top of it and make it a positive experience for our patients and our shareholders.
Okay, well that's a great update, Jeff. We're going to leave it there for now. I'll come back to you soon.